Because we are two fighters.
We are two fighters.
True fighters.
True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah.
They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they want to say something.
Things got intense when Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford came face to face with Turki Alalshikh standing between them. The air was electric. Canelo's stare was ice cold, and Crawford didn't flinch.
All right, gentlemen. And fist up. Terence, good. Excellent. Great.
For a moment, it looked like things might explode. Canelo clenched his jaw. Crawford smirked like he was ready for anything, and Turki himself had to hold the line. No punches were thrown, but the energy was undeniable.
Say something. The people know we are great fighters. We're not good, a great fucking fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end, in the mid of September, we will have one of the greatest fights ever happening.
This wasn't just a photo op, this was a warning shot. Two pound-for-pound greats standing inches apart, and neither man blinked. Fans are now wondering, was this just a heated face-off, or the beginning of one of the biggest super fights boxing has ever seen?
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
It's a big boy, he's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like, yes man type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo, I'm not thinking about Canelo.
For Canelo, this isn't just another title defense, it's a legacy-defining moment. He's the bigger man, the more seasoned one, 6'8", pounder. And many believe he'll use his power and body attack to impose his will on Crawford, who's jumping up 2 weight classes for this clash. Canelo has faced and beaten the best at multiple weights, from Gennady Golovkin to Turki Kovalev. But Crawford presents a different kind of puzzle, slick, technical, and undefeated. Yet Canelo remains calm and focused, knowing the pressure is on him to prove why he's still the face of boxing.
What does it do to your two legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, on Mount Rushmore.
With the global spotlight, a Netflix audience, and Turki Alalshikh promoting the event, Canelo isn't just fighting Crawford, he's fighting to preserve his throne atop the sport. Turki Alalshikh isn't just promoting Canelo versus Crawford, he's orchestrating a global boxing spectacle. Speaking boldly about the event, Turki called it the biggest fight in boxing in the last 10 years, maybe more.
This is the biggest fight in boxing and in history in the last 10 years and maybe more. Thank you, Shepard, from the team of Canelo. Thank you, Ash, the Hunters. And this is very good opportunity for the talent in boxing.
And made it clear that the main event is powerful enough to stand on its own. We don't need a big fight on the undercard, he said, doubling down on the star power of Canelo and Crawford. But that doesn't mean the undercard will be ignored. In fact, Turki has thrown out an open challenge to hungry young fighters around the world, saying, if you think you're ready, come talk to us. He even name-dropped talents like Junto Nakatani and Abdullah as possible undercard features. And in classic Turki fashion, he's raising the bar.
If you think you are ready to be in the undercard of Canelo Crawford, come talk with us. And maybe you will have chance.
No more Tom and Jerry type dancing matches. He wants warriors, fighters who'll go to war and leave everything in the ring. With that energy behind the scenes, this fight isn't just a showdown between two pound-for-pound kings, it's shaping up to be a night that could redefine modern boxing.
Yeah, you motivate more.
Yeah.
You motivate myself more.
Bud is set to move up 2 weight classes to square off against the Mexican superstar for the undisputed super middleweight crown in Las Vegas on September 13th. If he can get his hand raised, then the Omaha Puncher will become the first 3-weight undisputed champion of the 4-belt era after previously unifying all the belts at super lightweight and welterweight.
What's fair? I don't know. Maybe you already know. I
got $10 million for that fight.
That's a lie.
How you know that's a lie?
To fight Canelo?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
According to reports, the total purse for the super fight is $200 million, with Canelo taking home a lion's share of $150 million and Crawford receiving $50 million. However, Bud has told Ak and Barak that he will earn a fifth of that. "I got $10 million for that fight with Canelo," he said during a recent appearance on the Ring Champs podcast. "And I might go back down 154 pounds and do it again."
I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
legacy.
That's good.
You hear me?
Yeah. You believe that?
Yeah, 100%. If he said 10 million, it's 10 million.
The legacy outweighs the money.
That's true.
If true, it would come as a big surprise given the massive advantage he has already handed Canelo by not inserting a rehydration clause into their contract. The figure left both men stunned, with Barak accusing Crawford of pulling their legs. But the pound-for-pound star doubled down, saying, "How do you know that's a lie? I'm doing it for the opportunity, baby, the legacy. The legacy outweighs the money. 3-time undisputed, ooh-wee coming soon."
I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
3-time undisputed. Ooh, coming soon.
That's when you retire, because basically there's nothing you could do after that. There's nothing you could do after. If you were able to get 3-time undisputed, 3 different weight classes, there's nothing you can accomplish after that, right?
Crawford is the much smaller man, having only recently moved up to super welterweight 154 pounds after previously campaigning at super lightweight 140 pounds and welterweight 147 pounds. Canelo, on the other hand, has been boxing at super middleweight 168 pounds since 2018 and has even competed at light heavyweight 175 pounds twice. A rehydration clause implements a second-day weight check to level the playing field when 2 fighters from different weight classes sign up to face each other. However, Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, claims it was never up for consideration.
They know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence. This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Terence going to get in there and do what he needs to do. Perform.
Terence Bud Crawford's training camp for the Canelo Alvarez showdown is meticulously structured to prepare him for the biggest challenge of his career. He begins his preparation in Omaha, Nebraska, before shifting to high-altitude training in Colorado 6 weeks out from the fight. This change in environment enhances his cardiovascular endurance and allows him to isolate from distractions and fully focus on camp. Crawford is guided by his longtime team, Brian Bomac McIntyre, Esau Dieguez, and Jamie Belt, who design a game plan that sharpens both his physical conditioning and technical ring IQ. His boxing routine includes alternating days of sparring and technical work, with a strong emphasis on fluid stance switching between orthodox and southpaw, precise footwork, and adapting to pressure. To develop power and stamina, Crawford incorporates mountain running, weightlifting, medicine ball core drills, and circuit training. Each night, he finishes his workouts with 30-60 minutes of swimming to build lung capacity and assist with recovery. Mental strength is a cornerstone of his camp, and he practices yoga and deep breathing techniques to enhance focus, flexibility, and composure under pressure. Nutrition is tightly controlled, featuring lean proteins like chicken and fish, along with complex carbohydrates and vegetables to fuel his body through grueling workouts while supporting muscle growth as he moves up to 168 pounds.
Recording that, you understand? Hey, you can't fight in UFC, dude!
Despite concerns from fans about his visibly bulkier physique, Crawford insists his speed and sharpness remain intact. Interestingly, no rehydration clause was added to the contract, something typically used to limit the size advantage of a naturally bigger opponent like Canelo. His trainer, Bomac, confirmed it was never even discussed. All in all, Crawford's camp is a blend of old-school grit and modern precision, with a singular focus, making history as a three-weight, undisputed champion.
You're going to do 6 squats. Farmer's walk 15, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give you 20 kilo kettlebells, you got 16 kilo kettlebells.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into Terence Crawford's intense training camp for the Canelo fight, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more fight breakdowns, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive boxing content. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss what's coming next.